Welcome. In this lesson, we'll build the most fundamental skill of an agentic AI engineer, reliably calling an LLM API from Python and getting back data your code can trust. Everything we do in later modules sits on top of this primitive. Start by isolating your project in a virtual environment and installing the core libraries. Critically, keep your API key in a .env file and add it to gitignore. Hard-coding secrets is the #1 way teams leak credentials. The OpenAI client automatically reads the key from your environment, so once it's loaded you never touch it directly. There are two API families. The legacy completions endpoint takes one text prompt and continues it, it's effectively obsolete. The chat completions API takes a list of messages tagged with roles like system, user, and assistant. The system message is where you define the assistant's behavior. For all modern instruction-tuned models, use chat. Here's the core call. You pass a model name and your messages list. Temperature controls creativity, set it near 0 when you need deterministic, structured answers, and higher for brainstorming. Max tokens bounds the output. The generated text lives in choices, index 0, message, content. Agents make decisions based on model output, so unpredictable text breaks them. We want JSON with known fields. There are 3 escalating techniques: simply asking for JSON, which is unreliable, JSON mode, which guarantees valid syntax but not shape, and schema-enforced structured output, which forces the model to match your exact fields. The cleanest approach: define your desired structure as a Pydantic model, then pass that model as the response format. The parse helper returns an already validated instance of your class. No string parsing, no guessing about types. This is the pattern you'll reuse constantly when building tool-using agents. Even with structured output, defensive validation is wise, especially when working with raw JSON strings from other sources. Pydantic's model_validate_JSON raises a clear validation error when data doesn't conform. Catching it lets you retry or repair, turning what would be a silent downstream bug into an explicit, handleable event. Production calls fail, rate limits, timeouts, transient server errors. Wrap your requests in a retry loop with exponential backoff, sleeping longer after each failure. Catch the specific OpenAI exception types, and after a bounded number of attempts, raise so the failure is visible rather than hanging forever. Put it all together and you have a robust, reusable function. Load secrets from the environment, call the chat API at low temperature, request schema-validated output, and wrap everything in retries. This single reliable building block is what every tool-using and multi-agent system in the coming modules will depend on.